All right, guys, how's it going? East Banglers out here. Today we're talking fishing with EBA. We're talking today specifically about why some older fishing reels perform or outperform a lot of the new fishing reels that are on the market today. Same with some of the older rods. And let's talk about why. So, some of the reels that were coming out, let's say in the 90s, were made very well and they were very durable, for the most part. And a lot of those reels prior to that, the 80s, the 70s, the 60s, those reels were durable. And when we got into the early 2000s, especially, there was just so much experimenting with different materials for the body, for the frame, for the spool, for the bearings. Every particular piece of that reel has been made in a variety of different materials. So I prefer metal and I prefer aluminum frame, and for the most part I like most of my pieces to be, top notch, but as many pieces and parts to be aluminum and metal as possible. Now, as we moved into this 2000 era, a lot of the carbon fiber reels started to hit the market. When these reels hit the market, they won over everybody because they were cheaper and they were lighter and they were just super smooth and they were low profile. So you're like, man, these are great, and they were great for reaction baits and great for a lot of other things, and even great for, detecting bites. But you know it just seems like in a lot of ways, we've kind of like gone through phases. So at this point, material costs are at a high. COVID, you've got, prices are just going crazy through the roof. Things are already beyond what I would call reasonably uh, priced. So it's been that way for some time, and I don't know if it's going to do anything except get worse. And for me personally, I have a hard time sometimes looking at just what it takes for maybe a father to take his son out, go to a lake, experience just one day or a couple days to go camping and really experience things. And it's just so expensive, and gas being what it is, a lot of these city, inner city, outer city, just a lot of people in general cannot go. It doesn't matter where you are, not a lot of traveling, but the further you are away from things, the more that really hurts you. So, I want you guys to just remember that as far as, the new reels are concerned, they're extremely good. They're very good reels. No, I have a lot of the newer reels. All I'm saying is the older reels were more so made to last. The longevity, the lifespan of that reel, it just went a lot further, And I want to say I really noticed a big change around 2008, maybe 2009. Is really when I could tell. Um, well, I'll tell you how I could tell, because after having those reels for years, I could see that the quality was not necessarily, the parts and pieces, things wore out, things broke, um, you know, uh, whether it be the clutch or whether it be this or that. I mean, lots of issues with reels that are newer. You'll notice a lot of your older reels, you don't have very many issues. That's because they were essentially, the further back you go, the more basic they were, but they were built with very good material, which at that time, was very cheap. Today, the material cost of just every piece and part that you'd want to build a reel with is so expensive. It's really hard for the people making the reels to, you know, profit. Let's talk about why certain materials matter so much. Well, certain materials allow you to detect bites better. The actual frame of the body and such allow you to detect bites better. That's pretty much the biggest reason. So it's really a bottom fishing, a contact fishing type of deal. In my opinion, you know, you guys, to each their own, decide what you'd like to do. I hope this video helped you. We're just trying to talk about, hey, an old reel, it's maybe it's 10 years, maybe it's 15, 20 years old, no problem fishing that reel. I was actually fishing some old school, not Daiwa, were they Daiwa, or I believe they were Daiwa or Shimano, small bait casters, and can't remember the name of them. They had such a small spool that I could only use really fine line, but I just love the low profile. They're lightweight, they're durable, they last forever. I believe they're from the 80s, and yeah, I just, you know, some of these new reels, I get them, and 6 months later or 3 weeks later, I'm having issues, and it's just unfair considering a lot of these reels are actually higher end. So that's something you're going to notice is, you know, yeah, you want the Ferrari, you got to maintain it. GoPro, oh wait, not GoPro. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for more.